What's going on, folks? Mike here. Welcome back to Tahoes and Turbos. Today, we're going to be doing something that, a lot of people have had to do, especially if you deal with, old-ass 90s GM stuff, and that is these interior plastics. Now, everybody knows GM plastics from the 90s. Let me grab the flashlight, make it more presentable, right? More, wow, you can see now. People know that the plastics from the 90s are real brittle and shitty, and especially in, stuff like this. A lot of you guys from the South, where it's really sunny all the time and hot, Texas, Oklahoma, New Mexico, shit like that. Mexico even, you guys' dashes are just destroyed, right? They dry, they're just disintegrated and destroyed. Up here in Canada, not so much. We mostly deal with body rust and stuff like that. Which, as you've seen, this Tahoe is actually very clean for 99 with 350,000 miles on it. So, or 350,000 K, sorry. But yeah, these things break all the time, which I have a replacement down there because that one's actually broken. I don't know how it's been staying on. And down here, these things, right? So that's what we're dealing with today. It's cold out, went to pop the hood on the Tahoe, and well, hood latch bust. So, what do you do, right? Thankfully, I went on Amazon, and it was like $20 maybe. I got this guy here. If you guys can only zoom in. Part number, because people always ask me part numbers. 03335. Okay? This is a new pull handle for inside of here. So what I'm gonna do, I already okay, I'm getting smarter as I get older, okay? And all the way, also thank everybody for the birthdays or birthday wishes. It was awesome. Yeah, turning 40 kind of put the brakes on things mentally with some stuff, kind of, because you slow down right away. You're like, whoa, okay, I'm 40 now. Where do I go from here life wise, right? Aside from what I'm doing here, okay? Because there's a lot behind the scenes that people don't know when you're a full-time single parent. But anyway, that's besides the point. I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. A fella gets smart as he gets older. Okay. I went ahead and I hooked the battery up long enough that I could slide the seat all the way back. So I give a feller, instead of that much room. A little bit more dick swing is always a good thing. Unhook the battery because there's a drain somewhere. I still have to figure it out. So, but anyways, I'm going to grab the flashlight here. I grabbed some tools from home. All this stuff down here, we're going to be eventually hauling out. There's a big update coming, guys. It's going to be announced on Patreon first, which I'm still working on that video. And then, eventually it'll make its way to the members channel or members section of YouTube, and then work its way down to everybody. So, anyways, I'm gonna grab the flashlight here, grab some tools, and get to work. I got the heaters going, like I said, because it's super cold. Well, not super cold. It's like +2, which it's still pretty chilly for plastics. And I'm going to begin by, I guess, popping off this panel here. And we'll see what we have to work with in behind it. I've never done this before, so I'm going in completely blind. Didn't even look at any YouTube videos. All right, folks, you can see, got the panel off. It's just a couple of clips, one there and one there. I have to straighten out that clip there. Looked a little bit bent from over the years, but other than that, yeah, it's dirty and fucking scummy and crusty, but it'll be fine. It's a kick panel, right? I do plan on getting the Tahoe eventually detailed inside here. So I did come in here though and clean all this shit up. Right. So sorry if you guys there's glare, but you can see right there's that screw. That's the only thing that holds it in place. It is a Torx. Hang on. Flashlight shit's sticking. There we go. Sorry for the glare. It's a Torx T40. Right here. So I'm going to just unscrew it here. if I can get a good view without the damn flashlight being a dink. Let's get this. Let's screw that there. All right, and it's loose, which is good. And then I will take my pliers, and there's a couple of clips just right there on the cable. You unclip them, kind of like the throttle cable. And then Bob's your uncle. Oh, sorry for my fucking fingers in the way. But Bob's your uncle. Everything should work out perfect. So I'm going to pull it off, put the new one on, and we'll see. Sorry about the lighting again. And we'll see how much better it works, and make sure it works, or looks, and make sure it works before we put the panel back on. Because, you know, that would just defeat the purpose, right? Alright, folks. As you can see, the old latch is off. It's simple, just like a throttle cable, right? Here's where the screw went, or the bolt. I wiped everything down behind it because it looked pretty gross. Here is said screw, or bolt, I guess, right? And then there's a little piece here to keep it kind of centered. Let's go over to the bench now. Let me turn this off. Let me go over to the bench. Leave that screw there. You don't move. And we'll take a look at the new one compared to the old one. See just how different, if they are at all. Right away I can see a difference. This one's got a cut, the relief right there. This one don't. I might put one in, but oh yeah, it just falls apart. I don't know if it's necessary. What do you guys think? If the factory one had one, it had one for a reason, right? So, but the factory one also broke, but it broke here, not here. So, yeah, is that screw gonna even fit? Oh, yeah, it should, just barely. Okay, I'm going to attempt to put this in without cutting it, and we'll see what happens. If I have to cut it, we'll be back to let you know. Otherwise, next clip you'll see should be this installed, and we're going to end testing on it. So, hopefully it works. And hopefully this video comes in handy and helps you guys out with how to replace one of these. So, alright. 4 strongly worded curse words and a letter to Norman later. And we got it in without having to make the cut or anything. So, that's always a plus. Let's now, before I put the kick panel on and finish it up and call it a day, let's go around here, zoom out, pop the hood, make sure the latch is good, she's tight. They always fit like shit. All the aftermarket stuff always fits like shit. That's why I can't wait to get this truck in a body shop. It's kind of sucked because I plan on doing that here this summer after the exhaust and stuff is all done. I plan on getting it sent into the body shop and getting all that done. But then I had issues with my PC and Christmas, and well, shit got expensive real quick, and I had to take a break to recoup some fucking money, man. It's life, right? So like now this is done. Hopefully we'll be able to. I'll take it home, call up Buddy. He just lives like right around the corner from me. They'll scoot the Tahoe over to him, let him take care of it, and then when he calls me up, I'll be ready to go to pay him, ready to rock and roll. I was just worried because Christmas time, right, and kids. And, yeah. Anyways, okay, first world problems, right? Anyways, let's see how this works. Well, I heard a kunk kunk. It's yeah, look at that. I'd say that's a success. Lock her one down one more time. Yep, we got her, folks. All right. I'm going to put the kick panel all back together. We'll be back in the video. Maybe even start the thing, maybe not. I'm going to just probably save on that for Next video, which on the Tahoe, which will be probably the next video you see with this truck, will be me taking it home. So maybe me taking it home. I might not film that. So might have somebody else even drive it home, because I'll be busy doing other stuff. Who knows, folks? But all I know is we got the hood fixed now. Everything on this truck works as it's supposed to. Lights, headlights still kind of fucky. So I still need to get a new set of lights and corners for the front and stuff like that, and a new grille and all that shit. But that's later. That front light is it turns on and off. Like sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. And there's a short somewhere in the connector itself. I've replaced the connector like fucking a dozen times. And here, let me show you what I mean. Like legit, I don't know if you'll be able to see it because of the stuff, but you should be able to see inside. Yeah. Great. Now the hood doesn't want to open. There we go. Maybe not, but hopefully you can see that plug under here. Well, that plug right there, right? It's spliced in like 4 or 5 dozen times. So it works sometimes it don't. I just have to wiggle on it and it turns on. So anyways, like I said, let me get the kick panel back together and we'll be back to end the video successfully. Thank God, for once things are going. Yes, I say that now, and then something will break. And with that, folks, she is all done, all back together. Everything here is all tight, like really good. It was just went around it, no problem. The hardest part was getting it back into here because I never unscrewed the sill panel, because these screws are always a fucking cunt. Okay, they're always a cunt, and they always break or they fucking strip or some shit. Because they deal with fucking weather. Like these ones along here, they deal with the weather all the damn time, so they get rusty and junky and fucking trash. I hate them. So if I can get around it, I will, which is how I did this one. Just easily just popped right out. But yeah. So now, when I pull this handle, got a working hood latch again. So when I send it over to Buddy, he should have no issues. You know, if he has to get under the hood for light or anything like that while he's working on it, for any reason at all, because you got to unhook the battery when it sits, otherwise, you know, she'll fuck up. So, which I'm going to actually hook the battery up now, and I'm going to let it run for a bit off camera, just so I can get it ready. But that way it's all ready to go for him. So, there's nothing now that this truck needs to get finished, aside from the bodywork and paint. Lights all work. That one's kind of iffy sometimes, but tail lights work. One back one was fucked. So that's all fixed. Like I did that a long time ago. New fuel pump is in it, and it's humming really good at almost 50. So I'm guessing it's because it's low on fuel. Could be why. Motor, everything is in tight. Everything is good. The header socks aren't melting on the headers anymore, which was a huge problem before, if you guys remember. So huge shout out to Taylor Plug Wires for making the wires that actually are for this exact situation. I never thought I'd find a set, but fucking right on. Again, thank you, ICT Billet, for supplying me with a place to buy all of my bracketry. Dirty Dingo for the mounts, and Holly for the wiring, like the computer system. So we are all ready to go. All ready to go. I can't wait to hear what this thing sounds like with the Magnaflow muffler. Oh, it's going to sound so good. But till then, guys, you know, we're going to have to wait a little bit. So I want to thank you for tuning in today. Hopefully this may have taught you maybe something a little bit. You know, if not, it was just, you know, a video for you guys to watch. You guys are aware we're having a giveaway over on Patreon for hitting 500. We're over 600 now. But I want to say this clear. Anybody who is part of Patreon prior to the giveaway is already entered. Okay, so if there's any confusion there, if you've been like if you're my first Patreon guy, or my newest. You're all in. So I just wanted to make that clear, just because some people may think, that it's from 500 to, from now on, you know what I mean? For whoever joins from now on, I use Patreon for this because I get your email address, and if you win, I can discreetly email you and ask you, okay, hey man, congratulations, do you want a hat or a toque? What color? Like, what's your favorite colors? And basically, what's your address? And then I'll send when it's all ready to go, because it might take a couple days or a week or so for the lady to get to it, because for a small business, she boomed pretty big. So it's really, really good to see, especially for a small town person. But yeah, as soon as the tracking number is ready, you're getting it. So I just want to make that perfectly clear. That's how we're, if I don't want anybody thinking that they're going to miss out. So, but I want to thank you all for watching. Like I said, thank you all for letting me hit that milestone, and for how much we've grown. Like January was a slow month for me personally, just because of the seasonal blues, I guess you want to call it, and how much I spent at Christmas on my kids, and with my computer frying and having to buy a new one and building a new one, and then new issues happening with that thing. It was just like a one thing after another. If it could go wrong, it did. And the week that I had planned, when I first planned, right, I'm just going to say, fuck it, and get back to the shop, it was too cold. So I took that as like a sign from above saying, dude, you need to just take a step back. You need to take a step back, revamp, chill, figure out what's important to you. And you know what? We got some big things coming. Some big things coming. So if you want to stay tuned for that, like I said, I'm going to make a video and post it on Patreon. And then eventually it'll trickle down the line, which I'll probably do this week. So if you're on Patreon, stay tuned for that. But yeah, I'm going to finish up here, let this thing run for a bit. Then I got a bunch of stuff to do with the family. And then I'll see you guys next video, which will probably be in the backyard, tearing the trike apart, trying to get the carb out so we can clean that in the basement or something. So, or even clean it outside. Depends. It's supposed to be really warm. So anyways, guys, take care of yourselves. Love you. Thanks for watching. God bless.